Hello, guys. Good evening. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, Miss.
Hello. How are you today? Doing good? How was your weekend, your long weekend? Good? I'm good. Thank you.
Was great.
Okay. Excellent. I am glad to hear that we had some extra days to rest, to chill. And now we are going to start, well, our final part of class number 3, right? So let's read our agenda for today. I'll share with you. And after we read the agenda, we will check the list for the students who are in the class right now, okay? So we have our class number 3. We're going to watch a video. So to introduce us to one of the topics in Unit 2, we will begin Unit 2. So we're going to watch a video that is related to the topic, and we're going to answer a question related to the video. Then we're going to see some vocabulary, part of the vocabulary on page 16. Then we're going to open our books and work on the activities that are proposed in page 16. We're going to have a little group discussion, then a word search activity. We are going to practice pronunciation of different words in the vocabulary, and we will finish on page 17. So this is all related to the vocabulary, the first part of the vocabulary in Unit 2, okay? So this is what we're going to do today. Now, before we start, let me check the list, the attendance for the students. I will turn off my camera just for a minute. And let's start checking the list. Karen Acevedo. Karen.
Present, teacher.
Okay, thanks. Santiago Fonseca.
Here, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Kiara Martinez.
Present, teacher.
All right, thanks. Next is Jorge Moreno.
Present, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Natalia Navarro.
Present.
Okay. Diego Olarte. Diego. Okay, thank you, Diego. Manuela Ortiz.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thanks. Sebastián Pavón.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Beatriz Pedraza.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Xiomara Rincón.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jessica Ríos.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Marlon Sánchez.
Present, teacher.
Catherine Rodríguez.
Present, Miss.
Okay. Mendy Santa. Okay. Manuel Sepúlveda.
Present, teacher.
María Alejandra Vega.
Present, teacher.
All right. And Vanessa Zambrano. Vanessa is not here yet. No. Okay. Okay, guys. Excellent. So let's start. As I told you, we are going to start with a video. Let's open the presentation here. Let's see. So the video is called, Are There Universal Expressions of Emotion? Okay, so I want you to pay attention to the video and write down, take some notes. What are the 6 universal core expressions of emotions, okay? So we're going to pay attention to it, and we're going to write down what are the 6 universal core expressions of emotion, okay? So this is related to the topic on Unit 2 because this unit talks about emotion, and in the first part, we're going to talk about feelings, vocabulary to refer to feelings. So that's why we're going to watch this video today, okay? So I will send the link for you in case you want to watch it later, but now we're going to watch the video together. So I will play the video for you, and you will take the notes to answer the question, okay? Let's remember the question. I will send the question to the chat. What are the 6 universal core expressions of emotions, okay? So let's watch it. Can you see the video and listen to the video?
Yes, miss.
Okay.
The 40 or so muscles in the human face can be activated in different combinations to create thousands of expressions. But do these expressions look the same and communicate the same meaning around the world, regardless of culture? Is one person's smile another's grimace? Charles Darwin theorized that emotional expression was a common human feature. But he was in the minority. Until the mid-20th century, many researchers believed that the specific ways we show emotion were learned behaviors that varied across cultures. Personality theorist Sylvan Tompkins was one of the few to insist otherwise. Tompkins claimed that certain affects, emotional states, and their associated facial expressions were universal. In the 1960s, psychologist Paul Ekman set about testing this theory by examining hundreds of hours of film footage of remote tribes isolated from the modern world. Ekman found the native people's expressions to be not only familiar, but occurring in precisely the situations he would expect. Conversely, he ran tests with tribes who had no prior exposure to Western culture. They were able to correctly match photos of different facial expressions with stories designed to trigger particular feelings. Over the next few decades, further research has corroborated Darwin's idea that some of our most important emotional expressions are in fact universal. The degrees of expression appropriate to a given situation can, however, vary greatly across cultures. For instance, researchers have studied facial expression in people who are born blind, hypothesizing that if expressions are universal, they would be displayed in the same way as sighted people. In one study, both blind and sighted athletes displayed the same expressions of emotion when winning or losing their matches. Further evidence can be found in our evolutionary relatives. Comparisons of facial expression between humans and non-human mammals have found similarities in the structure and movement of facial muscles. Chimpanzee laughter looks different from ours, but uses some of the same muscle movements. Back in the 60s, Ekman identified 6 core expressions. Anger is accompanied by lowered eyebrows drawn together, tense and narrowed eyes and tight lips. Disgust by the lips pulled up and the nose crinkling. In fear, the upper white of the eyes are revealed as the eyebrows raise and the mouth stretches open, while surprise looks similar, but with rounded eyebrows and relaxed lips. Sadness is indicated by the inner corners of the eyebrows being drawn inwards and upwards, drooping eyes, and a downturned mouth. And of course, there's happiness, lips drawn up and back, and raised cheeks causing wrinkling around the eyes. More recently, researchers have proposed additional entries such as contempt, shame, and disapproval. But opinions vary on how distinct boundaries between these categories can be drawn. So if Ekman and other researchers are correct, what makes certain expressions universal? And why are they expressed in these particular ways? Scientists have a lot of theories rooted in our evolutionary history. One is that certain expressions are important for survival. Fear and surprise could signal to others an immediate danger. Studies of humans and some other primates have found that we pay more attention to faces that signal threats over neutral faces, particularly when we're already on high alert. Expressions also could help improve group fitness by communicating our internal states to those around us. Sadness, for example, signals to the group that something's wrong. There's some evidence that expressions might be even more directly linked to our physiology. The fear expression, for instance, could directly improve survival in potentially dangerous situations by letting our eyes absorb more light and our lungs take in more air, preparing us to fight or flee. There's still much research to be done in understanding emotional expression, particularly as we learn more about the inner workings of the brain. But if you ever find yourself among strangers in a strange land, a friendly smile could go a long way. Members of our student voice program, TED Ed Clubs, connect with each other across 6 continents and countless cultures throughout the year. Join us to see just how much we have in common. Visit ed.ted.com/clubs to connect.
All right, very good. So we have the 6 core expressions of emotion. Can you tell me where they are? You can write them on the chat. What are mentioned in the video?
Under fear.
Yes, thank you, Kiara. I see your answers. Very good. Yeah, so the core expressions or the universal expressions that are mentioned in the video are anger, disgust, fear, surprise, sadness, and happiness. Yeah, these are the 6 core expressions, so that they are universal across all languages and all cultures. Very good. Excellent, guys. So now we can focus on Unit 2. We are going to start by checking the topics that we're going to cover, right? So first, we're going to cover the grammatical aspect of it will be the perfect forms. Remember, in Unit 1, we practiced the continuous forms. In Unit 2, we will practice the perfect structures. Also, we are going to review cleft sentences. We studied a little bit of cleft sentences before, but in this unit, we are going to focus on them and practice them. Also about vocabulary, so we will talk about feelings, advertising and emotions, and idioms with laugh, cry, and tears. The task is to describe a story that provokes strong emotions, okay? That is the final task. So because we're going to start talking about feelings and our emotions, I want to take a look at the pictures and I want you to describe how do you think that the people in the photos feel, okay? So do they feel relaxed? Do they feel happy? Do they feel sad, stressed, etc.? Okay, so I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes to see the pictures, to watch them. Let's have 2 minutes to watch the pictures, okay? And then I will ask you to describe first what is happening in the picture, and second, how do you think these people feel in the pictures that we are seeing, okay? So let's have 2 minutes, and then I will ask you individually. Okay, so let's start. So for the first picture, for example, Maria Alejandra. So tell me, what can you see first? What can you see in the picture and how do you think this person feels?
This person feel insecure.
Okay, insecure. But what is he doing? So remember, two things. You have to tell me what is he doing? So what is happening in the picture? And also, how does he feel?
He's doing extreme export
An extreme sport. Mhm,
in the mountain.
mhm. In the mountains. What is he doing? What do you think? Climbing.
He he will jump it. Jump.
Okay, maybe he's going to jump, maybe, or maybe he's climbing the mountain, right? Escalando. Okay, and you say that he feels insecure. What else? Apart from insecure.
And maybe sorry for himself.
Sorry? Can you repeat? Sorry,
No, mortified.
mortified. Okay, yeah, he might feel mortified or anxious, nervous. Yes. Okay, thank you. Very good. Let's see another. Yes, scared stiff. Can you guys hear me? Can you listen to me?
Yes, miss.
Yes? Okay. All right. Next picture, Natalia. So first describe the picture and tell me how do these people feel? The mom and the baby, the child.
Okay, I think that, for example, so, for example, the mom feels desperate,
Mm-hmm.
and also maybe mortified
Okay.
because the child is make how do you say pataleta,
This
big back
is tantrum.
tantrum.
Tantrum, yes. The baby, the child is throwing a tantrum.
Okay, the baby is throwing a tantrum and the baby feels disgusted.
Mhm.
I think that also she's feel desperate.
Yes, I think because she's having all these emotions, she's sad, she feels stressed. It's not necessary to use only this. You can use other adjectives, right? For example, she's sad, she's
Mhm.
stressed, angry. Yeah. So they are, I think they are at the mall and the child is having a tantrum and the mom is desperate. Okay, thank you. Very good. Next, another picture, Santiago. This one.
Well, maybe they are angry, one of them.
Okay.
And what more?
What is happening?
Different.
Can you describe the picture?
A discussion between the number 14 and 12 is taking place.
Mhm.
And the referee take off from the game to the number 14.
Mhm.
And the other player is angry for some reason. It's
Mhm.
more furious than the other people, the other two players.
Yeah, I think the player who is the most angry is this one over here. All right.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Next, the next picture we have for Kiara. So what is happening here in the next picture?
Teacher is a protest.
Okay.
Um, the person, I don't know if it's a woman or a man, but the person is kid.
Is
The
kicking, yes.
kid the police bus, the
Police
police
van.
bus.
Van is like a van or the car. Mhm.
Okay, because I think he's very angry about uh, Apple public issues.
Okay, yes. They can be angry about public issues, so this person feels angry. What about the others? What do you think?
And the others people are so prevent
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
uh, and looking uh, and they are looking the man.
Yes, so they are not helping the person, but they are like having some distance, right, from the situation. All right, thank you. Very good. Now let's see, Beatriz, next picture. You describe what is happening and also how the people feel.
Yes, teacher. The people are in hospital,
Mhm.
and the doctor maybe says about the type search the baby,
Mhm.
and they are happy and surprised, maybe.
Yes, yes. Okay, very good. They are looking at the baby, maybe, and they feel happy, relaxed, maybe surprised. Yes, very good. And finally, let's see, Jorge, the last picture, what is happening and how does she feel?
Um, she's requesting money.
Okay. She's asking for money.
Yes,
Okay. And how does she feel?
I think she is sadness.
Okay, she may be sad. Okay, anything else? No more?
That's the teacher.
Okay, so maybe she's sad, a little desperate, all of that. All right, guys, so before we check here, we're going to see the words. Let's read them all together and see the vocabulary, okay? So we have, well, some phrases that are in the next text and also the vocabulary about adjectives. So the first phrase that we have is to pass with flying colors, okay? Let's read what this means. Karen, you can read the first definition, please. To pass with flying colors.
To pass with flying colors mean to be extremely successful, to achieve something that is difficult to excel.
To excel. So you can say, I passed my exam with flying colors. So you got a 5. It's a perfect answer, okay? This is the meaning, to pass with flying colors. Then we have wound up, to be wound up. Catherine, you can read the definition, please, of wound up.
Okay, wound up. Very worried, nervous, or angry. She gets ready, warm up before a game.
So wound up is synonym of very worried or nervous or angry also, okay? Next, we have the word helpless. Let's see. Manuel, you can read the definition for helpless.
Unable to do anything to help yourself or anyone else.
The example.
You feel so helpless because there is nothing you can do to make the child better.
Okay, and can you think of a similar word in Spanish to say helpless? That you feel helpless? Indefenso, maybe like
This is
impotente.
how do you say this? Is despair?
Desesperado es más like como impotencia, ¿no? No puedo hacer nada para ayudarme a mí o a alguien más, entonces me siento impotente. You feel helpless, okay? Another word, ashamed. Let's see, Marlon, you can read the definition for ashamed.
Shame, feeling guilty or embarrassed about something you have done or about a quality in your character.
Yes, so ashamed is similar to embarrassed, okay? So how do we say this in Spanish?
Avergonzado.
Yes, avergonzado, ashamed. Mendy, you read the last one, cross.
The teacher cross with me if I leave the kitchen in a minute.
Yes, so we can use this cross word, the word cross, to refer that we are annoyed or angry. She gets crossed with me if I leave the kitchen in a mess, okay? So helpless, ashamed, and cross. Okay, next word we have apprehensive. Manuela, you can read the word apprehensive.
Feeling worried about something that you are going to do or that is going to happen. I am very apprehensive about tomorrow's meeting.
Apprehensive is like you are worried or nervous about something that is going to happen. Yes. Next word we have Sebastián, scared stiff. Sebastián. No, not here. Remember the points for participation. Vanessa, you can read scared stiff.
Scared stiff, very afraid, often more of. She was.
We say plus of.
Okay. Often plus of. She was scared stiff of flying.
Yes, so this word, very afraid or scared stiff, often used with of. Scared stiff of flying, scared stiff of swimming in the ocean, etc. Okay, this is scared stiff. Then Xiomara, will you read the definition for mortified, please? Mortified.
Yes, teacher, mortified, feeling or showing strong shame or embarrassment.
So similar to embarrassed is ashamed and mortified. Which one is more extreme? Embarrassed or mortified? What do you think?
Mortifier, maybe?
Yes, mortified is more extreme. It's a very intense emotion. Good. And finally, Jessica, shattered.
Sure. If you are shattered by something, you're extremely shocked and upset about it.
Shattered, you are shocked and upset about something. So what do you think? Again, upset or shattered? Which one is more extreme?
Shattered.
Shattered, of course, yes. To be shattered is a very intense emotion. You can say in Spanish like destrozado, right? It's a very, very intense emotion. Okay. So that is, I think that's all. Oh, we have some other words. Okay, this is a word that is in the next part in the text is the word sniggering, okay? Let's read the definition for sniggering. Let's hear Beatriz, sniggering.
Sniggering. To laugh at someone or something in a silly and often unkind way. They spend half the time sniggering at the clothes people were wearing.
Yeah, so this is literally the definition of sniggering is to laugh at someone or something in an unkind, silly way. Okay?
Is something like molestar, burlarse.
Yes, like burlarse. Exactly. But it's like not publicly, but like you laugh like hiding, right? This is sniggering. Then we have this phrase, out of the blue. Let's see, out of the blue. Diego, can you read the definition, please? Out of the blue.
Yes, teacher. If something happens out of the blue, it is completely unexpected. One day, out of the blue, she announced that she was leaving.
Very good. So out of the blue. Any phrases that are similar in Spanish? Out of the blue? I don't know.
Caído del cielo.
No, but it's not the same. This is something unexpected happen. Cuando algo ocurre de repente, ¿no? De manera inesperada is out of the blue. Okay? This is the meaning. All right. So we have our vocabulary. Let's take a look.
El que menos corre vuela.
No, it's not that. So.
No es como caído del cielo.
No, because out of the blue o caído del cielo es como algo bueno, ¿no? Como esto me llegó caído del cielo, es algo bueno. Out of the blue no es bueno ni malo, simplemente inesperado, ¿no? Es algo completamente inesperado. Okay? So it's not the same. It doesn't have the same definition or meaning. To appear out of the blue, aparecer de la nada. Okay? This is what it means. Okay. Good. So we have all these words here. Let's see. Ashamed, devastated, desperate, helpless, cross, apprehensive, wound up, disgusted, overjoyed, under a lot of pressure, disillusioned, envious, insecure, indifferent, scared stiff, relieved, mortified, shattered, and sorry for himself or herself. Okay? Let's see. Do you have any doubts about this vocabulary? Still, any questions about this vocabulary? Any meaning?
Miss, the meaning of sorry for himself or herself is like a pobrecito, like
Yes, I feel sorry for myself. Cuando me lamento, sí, como a mí mismo, siento lástima por consigo mismo, okay? To be sorry for himself or for herself. All right, so now we have read the vocabulary. We're going to read the situations. Here we have the situations. So we're going to read them together in group. And then I will send you to different groups and you choose, you're going to choose the situation and discuss the different emotions that you would go through before, during, and after these experiences, okay? So here we have different situations. We are going to read them together. Then in groups, you're going to choose 5 and discuss how would you feel going through before, during, and after these experiences. ¿Cómo nos sentiríamos antes, durante y después de esas experiencias? Okay? Using the vocabulary that we just learned about adjectives, all right? So let's read the situations together and then we will create the groups for you to discuss. How would you feel the situations? How would you feel? Let's start now from the bottom. Jessica, so you read the first definition, the first situation, please.
You have been learning to write for months and finally the big day arrived. You're drilling text. Unfortunately, a few minutes beforehand, you look yourself out of your car and can't say the best.
And you can take the test, okay? Let's think about the situation. You've been learning to drive for months and finally the big day arrives, your test. Unfortunately, a few minutes beforehand, you locked yourself out of the car and you cannot take the test. All right, that is the first situation. The second one, Xiomara, please read it.
The second is your company, teacher, or your
Yes.
brother?
Yes, your company, your college.
Your company or college offer you the opportunity to do a special course in the USA for 9 months away from all your family and friends.
All right, guys, can you give me just a minute? I will be right back, okay? Thank you. All right, sorry guys, let's continue. So this situation, the company or your college offers you the opportunity to do a special course in the USA for 9 months away from your family and your friends. So how would you feel? Vanessa, you read the situation number 3, please.
Your brother and sister-in-law ask you to look after the 3 preschool children for the weekend. Will they go to a wedding? It turned out to be a wet, freezing weekend.
Very good. Okay, so your brother and sister-in-law ask you to look after their children for the weekend. It turns out to be a wet, freezing weekend. Sebastian, you can read the next situation, please. Situation number 4. Sebastian. Okay, thank you, Sebastian. Yes, if you don't answer, please give me a reason why you are not answering and not just complete silence, okay? It's not very nice. Santiago, continue number 4, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and you fail. Yes, is it? Oh no.
Yes, you failed.
You failed an important exam because you haven't done any studying. To make matters worse, all your friends seem to have passed with flying colors.
All right, good. Then, Manuela, next situation, number 5, a colleague.
Okay, teacher. A colleague you dislike is giving an important presentation. Her delivery is completely incoherent and she keeps going red and apologizing. Members of the audience are singing openly.
Yes, they are sniggering openly. All right. Natalia, next, number 6.
This has been going fantastically well with your new boyfriend, girlfriend. Then suddenly she starts being late for dates or doesn't turn up at all. There is no good reason that you can see.
Okay, thank you. Maria Alejandra, number 7.
Number 7, you have finally got to play for the football team of your dreams in the first half hour of the biggest match of your career. You score a vital goal only to have it disallowed by the referee.
Disallowed by the referee. Very good. And finally, Chiara, the last situation, number 8.
You are in your mid-40s with 3 teenage children. Out of the blue, you and your husband wife discover that you are having another baby.
All right, good. So we have the 8 situations. Do you have any questions about vocabulary in these particular situations? Okay.
Yes, teacher. When it say with flying colors.
Okay, flying colors. We already saw that. What is with flying colors? To be successful, to achieve something that is difficult, okay? So for example, to pass an exam with flying colors, like you get all 5, it's a perfect exam, correct answers, you pass with flying colors, okay?
Okay.
This is the meaning. All right, anything else? I'll give you a minute to check in case we need to clarify the vocabulary.
Teacher, what does it mean when say it turns out to be a wet freezing weekend?
Turns out, okay, here. It turns out to be a wet freezing weekend. Turns out, resulta ser, okay? Resulta ser un fin de semana lluvioso y en el cual hizo mucho frío, okay? Wet freezing weekend. This is to turn out to be, resultar ser algo, okay?
Thank you, teacher.
All right. Okay, so I think we are clear. So we have all these different situations that I want you to imagine how would you feel in them, okay? So I will create groups of maybe 3 or 4 students, and you will have 10 minutes to discuss 5 of these situations, okay? For example, I will do the example with the first situation. I have to talk about how would I feel before, during, and after the situation. So this situation is about a driving test. So before that, I would feel very nervous. I would feel very insecure in this situation because it's a the important thing for me to get my license. During, so if I forget, I lock myself out, me quedo por fuera del carro. See, I lock myself out. I would feel so ashamed, like mortified. I would be also very angry. I would feel frustrated. And after this happens and I cannot take my test, of course, I would feel very sorry for myself. And also, I would say maybe helpless, like I cannot do anything to improve the situation, right? So I would feel helpless. This is what I want you to do, to think about these adjectives that we have here, before, during, and after the experiences, okay? You don't need to write anything, just discuss, talk about it, and then when we come back, I will ask the groups about some situations, okay? Is it clear what we're going to do?
5 situation, teacher.
Yes, 5. You select 5. We have 8 in total. You choose 5. Okay? No questions? Okay, remember, you don't need to write, just discuss. And, well, you can take some notes so you remember when I ask you here, okay? You don't need to write in a PowerPoint, but you can take notes individually. So when we come back, you can answer and tell me what you discuss in your groups, okay? So I will create the small groups. Let's have 3 or 4 students. Is there anyone connected from 2 different devices? No, I think not. Okay, so I will give you maybe 15 minutes, like 10 to 15 minutes to discuss, and then we come back, okay?
cómo nos vamos a sentir antes, durante y después. So, a ver, your company college offers you the opportunity to do a special course. And before that, I feel happy and excited to do the course, but very anxious to teacher.
Yes.
It's okay if I say I'm anxious to be a long time away from all my family.
I would feel anxious. Yeah, I will feel anxious to be away from my family. Yes,
Yes.
anxious or about being away from my family.
Anxious about
It's great.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Disillusioned because that means that I will lose my weekend. Because also I also don't like, maybe I don't feel I am good taking care of children. So yes, I think we all are in the same page.
So in conclusion, we don't need or we don't have any children in our families right now.
No. I do have, yes, I have 2 nieces.
2? Oh,
Yep.
no.
But I mean, it's not the same. I don't have to take care of them for a weekend. It's just I go, I talk to them, I play with them, and then I leave. I mean, it's not like I stay with them all the time.
You cannot go out and a party, drink, or anything. You need to stay at home all the weekend.
Yes, taking care of children is it's very difficult. It's a lot of work.
Hello, teacher. Here is how.
Hello.
We're choosing the second. Wait a second.
Okay.
Well, maybe the 5th. Yes. A colleague you dislike is giving an important presentation. Her delivery is completely incoherent, and she keeps going red and apologizing. Members of the audience are sniggering openly. How would you feel at that situation? In my case, I don't know. Well, people say that we don't have to get happy for the bad moments of the other people, but it made me give me that fresh moment that everyone enjoy. What about the rest?
What about Vanessa, Natalia? What do you think? Do you agree with Santiago?
Before, I think that before, during, after, I think I would be somewhat desperate. Ashamed for your presentation.
In my case, I think that I will feel bad.
and it's very mm, teacher, how do you say frustrante?
Frustrating.
Frustrating.
Frustrating. With G. Mhm.
Okay. Feeling frustrating. Frustrating because I have been learning for months and just I just and just when I have to do test, I log myself.
Okay. I choose the hello teacher.
Hello.
The four is you find an important exam because you haven't done any studying. To make matters worse, all your friends seem to have passed with flying colors. With flying colors. Okay. I think I will feel kind of um insecure or maybe disillusioned because all my friends approving the exam. Um, um, this is before during um, during a bit more difficult, I think. Um, After
All right. I think everyone is back.
Teacher,
Yes.
how do you say I passed the exam raspando? Raspando.
I don't know.
How do you say raspando?
I'm not sure. In English, how do you say?
Way.
I'm thinking. I don't know. Oh, this is difficult. In English? No, I don't know.
No.
To barely pass the exam, but it's not like colloquial, no es como de manera coloquial, simplemente es la idea, ¿no? Casi que pasé, apenas pasé el examen. But not like raspando. All right.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so let's see.
Okay.
Como apenas si lo pasé. Yes? This would be it. Okay, so we had 5 groups. Now I'm going to ask each group, you can choose one of the situations. So, and then you're going to tell me how would you feel, what emotions did you discuss, okay? So for group number 1 is Diego, Karen, Mendy, and Manuela. So any volunteer from this group, you tell me one of the situations that you discussed and what feelings did you talk about?
Okay, teacher. We choose the second situation. It probably will be feel us happy, anxious.
So remember, it's before, during, and after.
Before that, we feel happy, anxious, and not sure. Okay. After that, we feel disillusioned because we will spend a lot of time away from all of our family and friends, and maybe devastated, teacher.
Maybe, can you repeat?
Devastated for the same.
Devastated.
Devastated.
Okay. With all the situation because you are away from your family. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
All right. Okay, guys, thank you. Very good. Now, second group, Jorge, Catherine, and Manuel. Same question. One of you can tell me what did you select, and how would you feel before, during, and after?
Okay, teacher. Before, I will feel.
What situation did you select?
Okay, teacher. We talked about maybe 5 situations, but we can talk maybe about the exam.
Okay, this one.
Yes, and before failing, maybe I will feel maybe very relaxed because I didn't study. But during the exam, maybe we will feel a little ashamed, because we were supposed to study. And also after knowing that all our friends maybe passed the exam with flying colors, we will feel a little mortified and maybe devastated at the beginning because we didn't study. Yes, but yeah, but at the end, maybe we just think that we have to move on and maybe not think about it and study for the next exam.
Yes, okay, very good. So remember, because mortified is an intense adjective, we don't usually say a little mortified, right? It is not possible to be a little mortified. You can be a little ashamed or a little embarrassed, but if you're mortified, it's not a little, it's a lot, okay? So we don't say this combination of words. Or for example, a little terrified. No, you are a little scared, or you are terrified. Okay? So take that into account. Thank you. And very good. Next, number 3, Natalia, Santiago, Sebastián, and Vanessa. So one of you can tell me one of the situations you chose and the feelings.
Okay, teacher. One of the situation was the last one. You are in your my 40s with 3 teenage children. Out of the blue, you and your husband wife discover that you are having another baby. Okay, before we agreed that we would feel desperate, surprised, and devastated. And during the notice, we will feel under a lot of pressure and mortified. And finally, Santiago mentioned that he will file for the divorce.
No, what? It's both your fault, not only one of you. So you both have to take the responsibility. All right, very good. Thank you, guys. Excellent. Now, next group, number 4, Beatriz, Maria Alejandra, and Marlon.
Okay, teacher, we talking about the first situation.
Okay.
Discussed we think before we think we will feel happy and enjoy it about learn to drive and during maybe feel under a lot of pressure and insecure and after maybe the person feel a little mortified and disillusioned.
Okay,
Because
yes.
he have been learning and after he don't present or do it your driving test.
The test, yes, of course, you will feel disillusioned more than anything. All right, thank you, Marlon, and thank you, group number 4. And finally, group 5, Chiara, Xiomara, and Jessica.
And teacher, we talk about the last situation.
Okay.
Is a mother, maybe old mother?
Yes, older mother.
Older mother. Before maybe felt secure or indifferent because she doesn't
no, she doesn't know.
Yes,
Yes?
she doesn't know.
Okay.
And the probably is very low.
Mhm.
Is pregnant in this age.
Yes.
During
Mhm.
maybe feel mortified or disillusioned because
Okay.
she had other plans
Mhm.
for her retire.
Her retirement, yes, for her life retirement.
But after this parents maybe um, I don't know
Yes.
about
Maybe
sorry,
happy.
yes, happy or something
Maybe
not.
this one, like a lot of pressure, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, there are a lot of pressure. Um, no more.
No more. Okay. Thank you. Very good. All right, guys. Excellent. So let's, now that we practice a little bit, let's do another activity. In this part, we're going to do a word search, but next or with this word search, I want you to practice the pronunciation as well, okay? Because that is the next part of the activity. So we will have to classify the words according to their pronunciation. So you can do it, but I would recommend if you are not sure how it's pronounced, you can Google it and play the word for you. So, for example, one word that I noticed is difficult, has been difficult, maybe is the word disillusion, okay? So I will write here, disillusioned pronunciation,
Disillusioned.
okay? Disillusioned,
Disillusioned.
okay? So you are going to practice as you complete the word search, okay? I'll give you some time, some minutes to do it, but then we will practice the pronunciation. Okay, let's take 5 minutes to do it. Okay, ready? I think most of you already finished. Okay, so let's check. Okay, one moment. Let's see. So let's practice the pronunciation. Okay, let's start one by one. So the first word, Beatriz, how do you pronounce the first word?
Mortified.
Mortified. Very good. Next, Diego. Next word we have.
Hatred.
Not shattered.
Or
Shattered.
Shattered.
Shattered. What is shattered here? I don't know. I don't see it here. Shattered. Okay. I'm not sure. Here? Shattered? Shattered. Okay, here it is. Okay, next word. Well, it's easy. Jorge, next. How do you say it? Cross. Cross. Next word, Karen, how do you pronounce it? Envious. Very good, envious. Then we have Catherine. Next word.
Helpless or devastated.
Helpless. The word is helpless. Good. Next we have Kiara. The word.
Disillusioned.
Disillusioned. Okay, disillusioned. Let's see, where is it? I don't know where it is here. Very difficult. Okay.
The third column.
Okay, here. Oh, okay. I see it. It's so difficult. I cannot do it. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can do it like this. Okay. Next is Manuel. Next word.
Next word is apprehensive.
Apprehensive. Very good, apprehensive. Then we have Maria Alejandra.
Insecure.
The word is insecure, yes. Where is it? I cannot see it. Insecure. Okay, continuing, Marlon.
Desperate.
Desperate. We don't say desperate, but desperate, okay? Let's see.
Desperate.
Desperate is only 2 syllables. Okay. Next, we have Mendy. Next word.
Teacher, disgusted.
Disgusted. Very good. Where is it? Disgusted. Here. Next, Natalia.
Indifferent.
Indifferent. Okay, indifferent. Santiago. Next.
Overjoyed.
Overjoyed. Overjoyed. And finally, Xiomara.
Devastated.
Devastated. Devastated.
Devastated.
Devastated. Okay. We have 4 syllables. Okay. So we finished, but the important thing here is to identify pronunciation. So you can see here we have pronunciation patterns. So pay attention. We have a number of syllables, okay? So here only 2 syllables. Here 3 or more syllables, okay? Number 1 and 2 are for 1 syllable. Number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are for, these are 3 syllables, 3, and these are 4 syllables, okay? So first we need to identify the number of syllables in the words and also the stress pattern, la pronunciación, dónde está el acento en cada una de estas palabras. It is important to practice because these words are a little more advanced. They are not very common and we need to practice the pronunciation. For example, in Spanish, we would say like desperate, right? But in English, we already saw that the pronunciation of this word is desperate. So let me show you as I had here, okay? Desperate. How many syllables can you see here?
Desperate.
2 syllables?
2 syllables, okay? So that is why we have it in this first group, 2 syllables. And why it's in the first group? What do you think?
Desperate.
Yes, the stress, el acento está en la primera sílaba. Desperate, ¿ok? Entonces, por eso está en este primer grupo de 2 sílabas con el acento en la primera, ¿ok? Entonces existen 2 sílabas con acento en la primera, 2 sílabas con acento en la última, 3 sílabas con acento en la primera, 3 sílabas con acento en la mitad, 3 con acento al final, etcétera, etcétera. Okay, so this is what we are going to do now. I will give you some time to classify the words, okay? All of these words, or maybe most of them, can be classified like this, okay? For example, the word cross, la que no siga el patrón, no la vamos a incluir. Por ejemplo, cross, no incluye porque cross solo tiene una sílaba. Aquí todas son de 2, 3 y 4 sílabas, ¿ok? Entonces, cross no incluye, pero todas las demás, o las que se ajusten, las vamos a clasificar en el cuadrito correcto. You can use, as you can see here, my tool on Google. You write the word and the pronunciation. You can see the pattern. Ahí vemos el número de sílabas y el patrón de pronunciación, ¿ok? You can use it to help you. Of course, try to do it alone. For example, you can take the word ashamed, ashamed, 2 syllables, okay? So try to do it alone. But if you feel like it's too difficult, you can use Google to help you, okay? Let's have 6 or 7 minutes maybe, and then we will check the answers together. All right, guys, are you ready or do you need another minute?
Please, another minute, teacher.
Okay.
Be more than one. Terrible for this.
It's not that difficult. Okay, let's see. Let's start correcting and what did we put in each category, okay? So the first one is desperate. Can you tell me another word that you put in the first category? So 2 syllables with the stress at the beginning. Yes, Kiara?
Helpless.
Yes, it is correct. Here we can put helpless, okay? This one, helpless. Any other word? We have one word here.
Envious, teacher.
Sorry, Manuel, can you repeat?
Envious.
Envious. No. Envious. We have 3 syllables. Shattered.
Shattered.
Shattered. Shattered. 2 syllables. It is correct. So helpless, desperate, and shattered. It is correct. I will put all the words in one category because it's very difficult to do all of them. Well, next category, we have 2 syllables. I will put like this. 2 syllables with the stress at in the last syllable.
Relief.
Relieved, yes. Relieved is at the end, yes. Any other word?
Scared.
Scared?
Scared.
Scared is only one syllable, scared. So we don't include scared.
Overjoyed.
Overjoyed, no. Ashamed,
Ashamed.
yes. It's correct. Ashamed. syllables. Ashamed.
Teacher, wound up. Wound up.
Wound up. Ah, okay. Wound up. Wound up. Wound up. I think wound up. It could be, but it's two different words, so it doesn't really so it doesn't follow the rule because there are two words, right? Wound and up. So it's not only one word, but two. Okay, so we don't include wound up. Next, for 3 syllables at the beginning, the word is
Mortified.
Mortified. Good. Mortified. Mortified. And also
Envious.
Envious. Envious. At the beginning. And no more. In this category, we don't have any more. Okay, next with the stress in the middle.
Disgusted.
Disgusted is correct. Disgusted. And also
devastated.
Can you repeat?
Devastated.
No, devastated. It has 4. Indifferent, also 4. This is the word. Ah, no, sorry. You're correct. Indifferent. It's 3. Sorry. Indifferent. Indifferent here. Yes. So 3 syllables and in the middle, indifferent.
Ashamed, teacher.
Ashamed, ya lo pusimos, 2 sílabas. Ashamed. Ashamed. Okay. 2 syllables. Next we have, let me put the numbers here. This is number 1, number 2, so you know, number 3, number 4. Okay, and we're about to finish. Number 5, it's 3 syllables with the stress at the end.
Overjoyed.
It is correct. Overjoyed and insecure. Good. Number 5, overjoyed and insecure. Insecure. Overjoyed. Yes, 3. Number 6, we have 4 syllables. We already know. Devastated. Devastated. 4 syllables. And for number 7,
apprehensive.
Apprehensive, yes, apprehensive. And finally,
Disillusion.
Disillusion. Very good. Apprehensive and disillusioned. All right, there you have the answers. I will put them here so you can check them. 1 second, let's see. Here, you can see the answers clearly, okay? So that is all for today, guys. We finished with the vocabulary practice, the pronunciation practice of the words, okay? So make sure that you practice, you repeat these words to memorize the pronunciation, okay? Thank you, guys.
Thank you, teacher.
Good night. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.